off my horn!
There it was,
Big black box.
staring at me. I had to have it. I had to have it.
No one's fun anymore! Whatever happened to fun?
You were listening to And Just Like Crap with your hosts, Jay and John.
Hey! Welcome back to the broadcast, your favorite podcast. You asked for this shit if you're easily offended. We don't recommend it. You asked for this shit, so here it is.
You. I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Welcome back to And Just Like Crap. I'm John, this is Jay.
What's up, y'all?
Thank you so much to all our new subscribers. We got to 4,000, and we're trying to
Yay!
get to 5.
Yes.
The more people we have subscribing, the better chance we have to just stay at home and be full-time assholes online, and we'd love
Yes.
that. So please subscribe. We really do appreciate it.
Love being an asshole online.
Now, for an extended version of this recap and all our recaps, please go to Patreon and join us there with all our patrons. Patreon.com/dragdungeon. We have a lot of fun there.
We do. It's a party.
Let's talk about this week's episode of And Just Like That. It's Season 2, Episode 8, titled 100 Years Ago.
Sure kind of seems like that since anything good has happened.
Exactly. It
Think
sure does.
interesting.
Any general thoughts about the episode? Do you think it's getting better, worse, the same?
Well, I have to admit, there's some things in this episode that I did like. You know, it had its moments. Like with Seema, she had good and bad. For once, we'll get to it, with her conversation with Carrie with the umbrellas, I really kind of did like that scene. I feel like maybe it was a scene that was filmed early in the filming because they both seem, well, Carrie seemed alive and a little bit at least, you know what I mean? Like there was some effort put into that scene, I feel like, and I teared up a little bit. So there was a few things, you know, they had some throwbacks to.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video.
You know, we saw Samantha in a picture and some other things they talked about, but I don't know. I sort of feel like they should have leaned a little bit more into that if they were going to like have nostalgia. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there were, like you said, there were good moments, and I did like seeing the sort of conflict with Seema, although I'm sort of still like, why do we care about Seema at this point? Because there were several episodes where she had nothing going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what, are we supposed to care or not? That's been kind of my issue with that character this whole time.
Well, I think for me, I'm like reaching for someone to care about. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't watch shows where I care about no one. Like, there are shows in the past, and I won't say the name so anybody in the comments doesn't come for me, but because they're very famous, well-loved shows that I never got into because I thought every person on the show is an asshole, and I couldn't watch. So I'm trying to find somebody to care about.
Yeah, Bridgerton. Just say it. You hate Bridgerton.
No, I was going to say Seinfeld. Ooh!
Here they come.
Bring it!
Fuck Seinfeld.
They're all assholes. Every one of them.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I remember in
Full House. No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah. In Sex and the City, I liked all 4 of the main girls, and I was always interested in what they were all doing. But of course,
Yeah.
Carrie was the star, and everything just gelled. So here, I'm still like, why do I give a shit if Seema, to me, if she got pissed at Carrie, Carrie should just tell her to fuck off and whatever, I'll find somebody else to find a
right, make my
rental.
Appointments and get my dry cleaning.
Get my coffee.
For sure.
But whatever, there were some decent moments, but the bar is, I guess we're lowering the bar here. For the most part, I thought the episode was pretty sleepy. So let's get into it. Carrie and Aiden wake up together in a hotel after what appears to be several nights of hooking up, and Carrie's...
So,
putting her feet in his mouth and stuff.
Well, I mean, another episode starting with Carrie in bed. At least this time she doesn't look like, a sweatshirt with pearls looking like Edie Bill. I kind of wish they were murdered when this started.
Yeah.
And then there was like the rest of the episode is a flashback to where it led up to them being murdered. You find out Seema's the murderer. That would have been great.
It would have been more exciting.
For sure.
I'm sure the sheets were ruined either way.
Right, gross. Burn those sheets.
So this kind of harkens back again to when Carrie was getting a text message, cheating on Aiden with Big, and they were going around and they started at the nice hotels and then they worked their way down to the Comfort Inn.
Yeah, did you think Carrie's face was so red in this scene, like tomato head, like very red? And I was like, I wonder if she was following Gwyneth Paltrow's controversial video about just putting sunscreen here and there, and instead of your whole face. And then they left the drapes open, and now she's like second-degree burns on her face. It's gonna peel all off. Did you notice that?
Yeah, she did have a little mild rosacea. I think we're using that for the thumbnail.
Mild.
Actually. So Aiden has a farm, and he wants Carrie to meet his children, which, what a turnoff.
I know, right? You want to meet my teenage children? Wouldn't that be hot? You hear in the background Lisa, I'll go. They're hot for kids.
And exactly. And I'm sure that the kids don't want
to.
The kids don't want to meet Carrie. They don't give a shit. They're probably bummed out that their parents split up. So.
Right, for sure. And even the room service person doesn't even want to talk to them. They keep putting them on hold. They're calling. They're like, you hear these assholes, and just put them on hold again. Let's keep putting them on hold.
I will say though that dynamic of his kids hating her could be fun in the future. It could be.
You're right. It could. They could be sabotaging her because it's a farm, right? Are they on the farm too? The kids? Did they say? Are they staying in
Maybe
with their mom?
Maybe they work on the farm, meat processing. Great way to get rid of the body.
Ew, gross. Well, they could they could have these giant vats of acid, what's his name? But they could be shoving her into the slop. They could be Blair on The Facts of Life, where she falls into the pigsty, and
it could be a Carol Baskin Tiger King situation. What if she went and she's thinking it's just a farm that grows corn and stuff and produce, but it's actually exotic animals like Tiger King.
Oh, something crazy? Well, I was thinking more like the kids. Honestly, officer, she fell into the hay baler. She tripped and fell into the wood chipper.
When Harambe the ape rips her arm off.
Right. Some dangerous animal, somebody kills her. Yeah.
So that could be fun. I guess we're going to see that next episode. But his kids are 14, 17, and 20.
20, yeah. They're not really kids anymore. Well, 14, I guess. Maybe 17, but...
So 17.
So maybe they are.
Yeah. So I liked in the original show, again, when Carrie went to Aiden's upstate New York farm. That was a fun episode when Samantha came to visit and then Big weirdly came to visit. I just thought those were some good episodes. I think it was maybe 2. But this is a new farm in Virginia.
Yeah, we'll see what that looks like. And then Carrie looking at those pictures, it's like Howard's End. Have you ever seen Howard's End?
Mm-mm.
I loved that movie when I was in high school, but that's such an old person reference. Sorry, it is. I watched it, so I was alive then, so I'm not
Everyone listening is old, so don't worry about
it. I know.
We're all old. Okay, so Carrie, Miranda, and Charlotte and Seema are having lunch, and Carrie tells the girls she's going to Virginia to see Aiden at the farm and meet his kids. And Charlotte does her staccato weird, so you're actually going down there to spend time? I'm like, bitch, spit it out!
Oh, God, I can't. She just can't move her mouth fast enough, which we know why.
Lord, class action.
I can say it again. Yeah.
You're going to spend time with him? And Carrie's like, yeah, that's what I just said.
I'm trying to keep up, bitch.
That was the whole point. Carrie tells the girls Aiden would also like to take them out to dinner next time he's in town. Again, I liked in the original show when... I just liked the original show, let's face it. But I liked when Carrie took Charlotte, Miranda, and Samantha to meet Aiden for the first time. And Miranda, the scene opened with Samantha talking about somebody eating her out or something, and then it pans out and you see Aiden sitting there, and Carrie goes, and this is my friend Samantha. It was very funny. Of course, we don't have anybody to bring that humor to this, so
we have no humor here. It's not welcome.
So I don't know. I guess we'll see by the end of the episode how that turns out. Let's see. Carrie and Miranda are taking a stroll afterward, and this sort of reminds me of I keep referencing the old show, but sorry. The scene with the church in the background when Samantha's going after the hot priest. Remember that?
Yes.
It looks like that location, sort of. It probably isn't, but it does look like that. And Miranda asks Carrie if she should maybe take a beat here because of her history with Aiden. And I'm like, bitch, who are you giving relationship advice to?
She is the last one I would take anything from her. She's the one who got Che into everyone's life. That bitch, I wouldn't even be friends with her.
Exactly. I'm like, oh. And Carrie says, I'm having multiple orgasms round the clock, which is very sort of un-Carrie-like, but okay.
Whatever.
And then, this is sort of the standout line of the season, or the episode, Carrie telling Miranda she's been asking herself if marrying big was a big mistake.
So, this line, go ahead.
I'm thinking no, because now you're rich. You know, she inherited his money. So
I was thinking this line was stupid because she didn't really go into why she thought it was a big mistake, really. I mean, and Aiden being there because she's suddenly in love with him again or whatever, no. Like, she didn't go anywhere with this, right? I'm like, this didn't.
Why? Because he died prematurely, so it's a bummer for you, or because you really loved Aiden the most all the time? Like, tell us why.
That's what I thought. That's what, she's saying, that she really loved Aiden or something like that. But I mean, she got a book out of it, him dying and
a lot of money,
all that money. So I'm like, Carrie, what are you talking about? Was this a big mistake?
Real estate investments. I mean,
I know all of this shit. And was this a mistake? Should I have stayed with Aiden, who lives on a farm?
And he had no kids, so there was nobody there to contest the will.
No.
I think it was a solid investment, marrying big, but whatever. Did we really love him? No, but that's just, they wanted to give us the whole fairy tale ending, and we got it, and then they killed him. Okay. Charlotte has a meeting with Harry and the kids to inform them that she's taking a full-time job at an art gallery, and her kids could not care less.
No, I know, they're like, bye, girl. Even the dog was like, who? And she was like, will you miss me?
They're like, you don't have a job?
Right, what have you been doing?
Miranda is interning at the Human Rights Watch. Her mentor asks her to come take notes during a meeting, while the other senior interns, who were like 20, do all like the grunt work. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, if I had interns and I saw somebody more experienced and capable, of course, I would have them be in on the meeting.
No, for sure. So what'd you think of a garlic chocolate chip cookie? That sounded like something made up
Revolting.
And bullshit. Yeah, totally disgusting. Well, I thought there was something was going to happen with that cookie, by the way. I thought she was going to have like garlic breath. Like, I'm really reaching for comedy here. I thought she was going to come in and like have a garlic breath in a meeting or something, and those girls are going to be giggling that they gave her that cookie. Like, I was waiting for something to happen, and nothing does. And yeah, those girls are bitches. And yeah, the fact that Miranda has all this experience, for sure. I would be like, those other girls can go. Go get my coffee. I would have Miranda do everything, for sure.
Yeah. And by the way, she doesn't have to be an intern at this stage of her career. She really doesn't. I know she's trying to like help the world or something, but
they could have found a place for her on the staff.
Yeah,
she's really that experienced and talented, not
And I don't think the nonprofit is paying the wages that she needs to keep up her lifestyle and Steve's lifestyle, because she's still bankrolling that. Well, he has his bar.
Yeah.
Carrie stops by the vet clinic or whatever this is to take Che to lunch, to munch. And Carrie and here we go. Carrie asks to rent Che's apartment and suggests that while Aiden is in town, because he's such a fucking baby and won't stay in the apartment, that Che can stay at Carrie's apartment and take over her life.
My comedy moment was, which didn't happen, was when Carrie's like, you can come stay, or, we'll, Aiden and I will come stay in your apartment. And she goes, come again? And then Carrie says, exactly. but that didn't happen.
Freaky Friday.
Yes, come again. That's the point of this. That's what I want to do. So give me space so I can, because he won't come to my apartment because he's a dumbass.
I mean, how are we supposed to get turned on by Aiden when he's such a pussy and like a bitch? Like, I just can't go in that apartment.
He's so
again.
high maintenance.
Very.
It's really annoying that he's high maintenance and can't dress and can't be presentable. Like, at least if you're gonna be high maintenance, back it up, bitch.
Yeah, I think he should go back to doing the baby back rib commercials for Outback Steakhouse
right.
or whatever.
Right.
Charlotte. Let's see. Okay, Giuseppe swings by. He's the poet, the Italian poet, remember? With the big dick.
Yes.
He swings by Hot Fellas Bakery to see Anthony, and they knead bread together a la Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze.
Without gloves, right next to Anthony's erection. Ugh. Would you eat that bread after all that disgusting shit?
I don't believe you wear gloves when you knead bread regardless. But
I think you probably would these days. You would probably have something.
You just try not to cough on it.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know that I would wear gloves either, but I thought about it when I was watching it, that he was kneading bread without gloves, and he comes in not washing his hands, and they start kneading gloves, and then Anthony's erection starts kneading the bread, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, all that bread is filled with spunk. So Giuseppe tells Anthony
he thinks it's as like a roller, like a rolling pin. Anyway, go on.
Giuseppe tells Anthony he's gay, and was that news? And Anthony tells him, well, you're fired. I don't understand what this is about. This does not seem in line with Anthony's character at all. He's always been a hornball, ready to get off anytime, anywhere, so I don't even understand what this is. Charlotte and Lisa go shopping for work clothes for Charlotte's new job. I'm sure nothing that she's worn already would be appropriate for an art gallery.
It's the thing she's buying is basically like everything else that she wears, so I don't understand why she even bothered with that.
Me either. And she has a little pooch, which is imperceptible to us. She has nothing. There's no. She looks fantastic.
Nothing. And they have that juxtaposition of, if you notice that scene, which you'll see Miranda's boss is pregnant. You see her finally pregnant, and then it cuts to Charlotte looking at her belly. Did you notice that?
I did. And the sales girl is like, you're not going to fit in that. So she brings over some big black tent dresses.
Really trying to help. You go somewhere now and try on clothes and get somebody to help you.
I know. I mean, the girl was kind of rolling her eyes and stuff like, oh, God, I have to help this.
She's really trying to help, though. You're uncomfortable with, whatever features. That's the whole point of, finding the right fit for yourself, is if you feel, insecure about something, find something that helps you feel secure about that part of your body. And that's what that sales girl was doing. She
didn't have to come over and hold them up like they're a sail for a boat or something.
It came from, Georgetown awning or something like that.
Right.
That's a Designing Women reference.
Tent and awning.
Yes.
She could have just sort of discreetly been like, why don't you give these a try? But she's like, here's a size 22.
Right. Here, I got this from this is rain ponchos.
We have some extra maternity shit in the back.
Right. This came from Capacity. It's a pizza store.
Aiden and Carrie are at Che's apartment, and we get another lesson on pronouns when Aiden refers to Che as she, just in case we forgot. Aiden wants to toss Carrie's salad, but can't find any tongs in their kitchen, so this prompts a trip to Sur la Table.
Well, when they were looking for the tongs in the pepper mill, I was like, did you check the bedroom? That's what I wanted them to say, but they didn't say that. And what kind of, place that you're going to rent, you go in. What's it called again? Oh my God, I'm blanking
Airbnb.
Now. Airbnb. God, I couldn't think of that. You go in and there's nothing there. Nothing.
And
you have to bring your own forks and knives.
Che's so freaking cheap at this point. She probably loaded up everything in a duffel bag and took it with them to Carrie's apartment. But remember...
Right! Emptied it all out.
Che was putting stuff in the dishwasher at one... Maybe that was their dildos and sex toys. But she was loading something up in that dishwasher. Where'd all that stuff go? Maybe they didn't look in there. Anyway, Aiden just seems so gay at this time. Like, where are the tongues? Carrie, let's go shopping. Like, it's just very...
let's go to Stir la Table.
It's just very femme for me. I just am not able to get wet for Aiden at this point. So, let's see. Actually, I was thinking at this point that Aiden might be a better match for Che and their ex-husband. Like, I think that is a throuple that could really make it happen.
That's a great idea. I mean, they look sort of similar, Aiden and whatever his name was. They look sort of similar-ish.
I think he's down to get pegged.
Yeah, why not?
Seema is at work when she receives a text from Carrie trying to confirm dinner with Aiden on Thursday. And she just sort of ignores it because... Why is she mad again?
I don't know, but did you notice that this episode, Seema, that actor decided to, like, make these weird choices of, like, looking down and looking away? You know what I mean? Like, very, like, avoiding the camera and avoiding the person in the room. Like, she just kept looking down and away. Like, this
Seema?
whole scene. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was trying to get a screenshot of her actually looking up, and it was difficult.
Yeah, like the whole time. I don't understand why she looks so sad this whole entire episode.
So
people do get sad, but, I mean, this is a TV show. It's supposed to be entertaining.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's irritated with Carrie because she thinks Aiden's going to fuck up their summer plans.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't blame her for being a little pissed
I
about
agree.
that.
Yes, for sure. I would feel that way, too. I'd be like, bitch, we had plans.
Seema is introduced to a high-profile celebrity client who needs a short-term rental. This really has nothing to do with anything. It's somebody that's got Marvel money. There's really no point to the rest of that. Miranda sits down with the other interns at lunch, and they hate her because she's already receiving preferential treatment, and they're texting back and forth. She's like, what the hell?
Well, you know, when also Miranda did that salad shaker thing, that she just seems like a salad shaker, don't you think? Like somebody that would do that. And she would like be that person to cook salmon in the break room in the microwave and smell the place up and doesn't give two shits. Don't you think Miranda seems like that person?
Yes, the leftovers, the fish and leftovers.
She would do that. She would shake the salad like really obnoxiously, make the salmon and like not even care that it's making everyone want to vomit. And when she would like heat up risotto.
When the overpowering smell of fish comes out, she's like reminded of Che and she's like, excuse me.
God, that is so gross.
Harry thinks that Charlotte looks hot in her too tight new dress with a little weird pink belt. And Charlotte's insecurities are just screaming. That's just a little scene there. Carrie and Aiden run into Che's neighbor again, and they feel obligated to make up more dumb excuses for why they are visiting. Can't they just say we're staying here? Is it a no rental building or something? They're not allowed to?
Why do they have to say anything at all?
Right, it's New York. Just give each other a dirty look and move on.
Right, why even bother? At least, or if they're going to do a scene, why didn't they have this, like, neighbor be some, like, sassy queen or something like that?
So, yeah, I don't know why they're making it. Maybe this is the whole fun for them. It's getting them excited and getting Carrie wet. The whole, like, we're sneaking around even though you're just totally renting.
Yeah, that's her kink, is sneaking around pretending she's cousins with the person she's fucking.
So here we go. Che is experimenting with beauty products in Carrie's apartment.
Like she's playing football.
Well, look, she's a beginner. She's new to makeup.
Yeah, I guess.
She receives a call from their building about Carrie and Aiden, who are pretending to be her cousins. I guess that was the neighbor call or somebody called. I'm like, who? Whatever.
Why would this person do this? Well, you know, the thing too is with Che and Carrie's closet. We talked about this before. I thought Che was going to be putting on some bathrobes or some like flowy things and like acting stupid around the apartment in those clothes, and that never happened.
I know. What a bummer.
Really. I think Carrie has any wigs. Like, I wanted Che to put on some wigs, but I don't know if Carrie have any. I'm sure hair pieces.
A lot of hats.
A lot of stupid hats with, like, stupid I hate our hats. But yeah, Che trying them on and, like, acting stupid.
Busting the seams
Che
out.
Put on those Miss Piggy shoes that they were holding up. Like, I thought Che would put those on. Like, I wanted, like, a Che awkward fashion show. We got nothing.
That would have been so fun.
It would have been.
blowing out all of the seams in those clothes.
Yes, like that would be the comedy. Che puts on some dress that we all know and love and walks and like rips it, and Che's like, "Oh my god!" And then the phone rings. You know what I mean?
Drops some like antique brooches and shit, and they shatter into a million pieces.
Or accidentally down the garbage disposal.
This must be her wedding ring from her. Whoopsie!
Right? Down the drain and like accidentally falls and turns on the garbage disposal. God, there's so much comedy that could have happened in this scene that just didn't happen.
And then Che starts narrating the episode. I couldn't help but wonder.
Right. Just like that, I burned Carrie's apartment down.
Carrie, I have something to tell you. You see flames in the background.
Fire truck. Carrie gets a call. Oh my god. She like runs home and the place is burnt down.
Or she
oopsie.
Or she tries to hook up with that chick downstairs.
Oh yeah. Why that could have been a good like little relationship moment. God, there's so much they could have done with this.
I want better for that girl though.
For sure. Yeah, not Che. Che's a life ruiner.
So Che rushes over to their apartment while Carrie and Aiden are making dinner. And Che asks Carrie and Aiden why their relationship didn't work out the first time. And Carrie says, because I made a mistake.
Well, I'm like, Che, what a like killjoy. Like, why'd you have to ask that? They were like enjoying their day and you had to be like,
so,
you know, what happened to you two? Why didn't you work out? Shut up, Che. And Carrie opening that beer bottle on like those nice like marble countertops, not using a bottle opener. I would have punched that bitch in the face. How, you know what I mean? She could have chipped her counter.
I know. I don't like the dynamic. I don't like Carrie with Che, and I don't like Che there with her and Aiden. Like, what are they going to do? Play beer pong together or something? I just don't. It just feels like a mismatch.
Yeah, I don't understand that friendship.
I think we're all like, why is Che still involved in anything here? We're done.
Well, Che's life in this, like, you know, these episodes went from this, like, star comedian sitcom to working at a vet's office and hanging out with Carrie.
Squatting in an apartment.
Maybe Che will be Carrie's new assistant.
Oh, God.
Instead of Seema, because they're fighting with Seema. She needs somebody. And she's working at a vet's office. She's got to need the cash. They talk about it.
Oh, for sure. I don't even is she like a vet tech or just a...
receptionist? I don't know.
a dog washer?
Right, she does the washes.
Okay, so Charlotte...
She expresses the anal glands of all the dogs that come in.
Yeah, come get the anal gland, Che. Charlotte tells Anthony that she's having trouble losing weight during menopause because she's not on Ozempic yet.
Yes, it'll happen.
It'll happen next season. Everybody's going to look like a bobblehead.
Right.
And Anthony tells Charlotte that the hot Italian poet is gay and he's having feelings for him. Are we just not going to address that the hot Italian is not in... And what's his face? Anthony is a nice looking guy, but it's just totally not...
You almost said league, didn't you?
Well, I can. League. Like, he's out of his league. Like, he is.
Yes, we talked about that before on Patreon. But yeah,
it's just
they're definitely not in the same universe, that's for sure.
The same, yeah. It's just not a believable couple. Like, I felt like they could have picked somebody a little more... I don't know. Not to say that there aren't mismatched couples, but...
Ross Matthews. But, you know, I look at those two and I feel like they smell really different. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see Anthony and I feel like he smells like... I don't really know, like, high-profile scents. I only know, like, old school, like, Curve or something.
Axe body spray. And
yeah,
then...
yeah, something like that. Like, and then you see that Italian guy smells, like, really good. Like Sarah Jessica Parker's, whatever her perfume is. Like...
Right.
But, you know, he probably smells like really good. And then you put them together and they stink. Do you know what I mean? Like their smells not go together.
I do.
It's like light and darkness. Lightness and darkness.
The battle of good and evil is old as time. Okay, so Carrie is having her roots done at the salon.
Her roots done.
When...
Put in those highlights in there that Candice Bergen's character loves so much. What's her name?
Enid.
Enid, yes.
So she's having her roots done at the salon when Seema sees her and just tries to run out without saying hi. And Carrie confronts her and asks, well, what's the problem? Why are we having so many issues? And I'm like, bitch, she just don't want to go to dinner with you. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, you won't shut the fuck up about Aiden for 5 fucking seconds. Don't you hate that friend who gets into a relationship and they just won't shut up about it?
Yes.
Like, God, I'm happy for you, yes, but that person is not here. And there's other people. She's so self-centered. And just shut up, Carrie. She's always been like that. I mean, really.
Seema, I haven't heard from you about how you feel about me.
Right. You should ask me how I'm doing. Why aren't you asking?
Right. What do you think of Aiden and me?
God.
We're registered at Macy's. Seema tells Carrie she doesn't want to be the third wheel in at their Hamptons rental house this summer. I'm like, was Aiden even invited? Because I didn't, as your roommate.
When did that happen?
I didn't approve somebody else. That's a pretty big deal for... I think Seema should have talked about it probably with Carrie beforehand, because for her to just assume that Aiden would be there... Aiden don't even live in the same state, so...
Yeah, why is Aiden coming? Carrie invited him then, I guess?
She's assuming.
Could you imagine if you're spending your summer with somebody and they invited their new...
Absolutely not. I would send Aiden the invoice for my half and be like, have fun, y'all.
Yes, have fun, bitch. And I probably would, like, block that other person forever. I would be furious. I mean, I just went the other day to this bar to meet my friend, and there were 2 other people there, and I was like, excuse me? We were supposed to hang out like that, let alone somebody's having a summer... We're having a summer... adventure, and they invite somebody else. Are you kidding me?
This is something we talk about a lot. I just
all
realized.
the time, like having plans with somebody, and you think it's just them, and you show up, and they had invited other people and didn't tell you. Ugh. Absolutely not.
On our Patreon, we talk about this, but I told you about the time I was in the car with a friend of mine, and we were going somewhere, and all of a sudden, we're driving in a different direction, not to where we were going, and somebody just hops in the car.
I would hop right out.
And I'm like, excuse me. And there was no discussion the whole ride there. It was like a 45-minute ride. I'm like, what? That is so disrespectful. Anyway.
Well, the person that I saw that I was meeting brought those other people. One of them brought their dogs. And I love dogs, but seriously?
What the fuck?
Unbelievable.
So we don't blame Seema, but this probably should have been a conversation before now. Of course, yes. Carrie was probably too busy getting railed that she...
Her head up her ass, yeah.
Having
or Aiden's ass.
Lackluster cock from Aiden that she couldn't be bothered to answer her phone or respond
well,
to.
And she said she was having those orgasms, but she didn't say that she was with him.
Were they squirting orgasms, though?
Or was she having them alone? Or was she with him? Or was she sleeping with somebody else and cheating on him again? Like what? Where is she having them? She never said.
I'm having round-the-clock orgasms, and Aiden loves watching.
From a closed circuit.
From our red room.
Like the movie Slip.
So Seema tells Carrie, I need some space. Whatever. Charlotte is trying on Spanx and Skims.
Do you have any of those?
No, I don't. I don't need them.
You don't need them? Yeah, okay.
No, but
sure.
I don't. Giuseppe comes into Hot Fellas again to see Anthony, who tells him again that he's fired. Giuseppe kisses Anthony and says, I quit.
I quit. Yes. Now what do we do? And then Anthony says, I'm fucked.
No, I don't work for you anymore.
Giuseppe
so
said,
we can be free to... So, by the way, Samantha, again, did this better when she had the hot assistant and he was an asshole and incompetent, so she fired him just so she could fuck him.
It is the same. Now they can pound his dough anytime.
Oh. Charlotte arrives to her first day at work at the new gallery and removes that tiny little belt from her dress before entering. She meets her new boss, who is plus size and wearing a crop top, clearly very comfortable with her body. So Charlotte says, I'm not going to be the fat one here. So she
was this not offensive?
I thought so. I
thought it was totally offensive.
She's like, oh, I'm not the fattest one here. Like, I'm taking off all this.
I know, right? There's somebody else will distract from the fact that,
I'll just hide behind her.
Right. This was so offensive. I couldn't believe it. Like, she's like, oh, there's somebody fatter than me here? Well, then I'm good. I'll just... Everyone will be making fun of her instead of me.
I'm sorry, we didn't expect you to be this fat.
Go Golden Girls reference. Hope to see more of you. No, wait, that's a different one. That's a different Golden Girls overweight reference. God, they were mean.
What a great show. Miranda tells one of her fellow interns she's missing information in her report. And the intern's like, yeah, whatever. Miranda's supervisor asks her to fill in for her while she's on maternity leave. And Miranda's like, no, Serena and Sloane, the other interns, they've been here much longer than me. And the supervisor's like, they suck.
Oh my God. Wake up, girl. Who cares about those little twits?
She's like, they're fetuses, and you're an old hag, but you know what you're doing. So can you please fill in for me?
A hag with experience.
God. Quit trying to be so equal. Quit trying to treat everyone fairly. It's not ever going to happen.
That girl, the boss was like, you shouldn't be here, Miranda. You can get us in so much trouble. But I'm glad you're here. Because we need to talk.
But since you are, here's a stack of money.
Right.
Miranda's like, but I can't because of the white privilege. And I'm just like, zip, just shut up.
Shut up and take the fucking job, girl.
Every interaction you have with people does not have to be some lesson in morality.
He practically ruined it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, Carrie, Aiden, and Charlotte and Miranda are at dinner catching up. You know, Aiden's there. Seema arrives and joins them to Carrie's surprise. Aww.
Well, how much time has passed? Because Seema's like, thanks for the space. Like, how much time?
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes. I know, right? Thanks for the space. And really, they just left each other. Like, Seema's that pathetic. That's like, never mind, it's fine. You can treat me like shit, I'm good. You know, like, I have no other story in this show, so I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. I'm just like, I liked, again, in the original show when the girls had little tiffs between them and then they made up at the end. It was like Carrie and Miranda or Carrie and Samantha. I don't remember. Yeah, she did get upset with Charlotte when everybody was offering to help pay for the down payment on her apartment so she could buy it from Aiden, and Charlotte was the only one that didn't offer, so she was mad they had a little fight then. Did she ever pay Charlotte?
Let me ask you, this scene, where was Naya and Lisa in this scene? They weren't invited to dinner?
They don't exist
I thought they were
anymore.
like all besties. They don't exist. Well, I mean, Lisa was in this episode. She was fine, but they like don't matter. Like they didn't invite. Like Carrie didn't want them to meet Aiden. Like I don't know.
See, we don't understand how close everyone is. Why isn't Che there too? Because Carrie was just sort of Carrie's living in Che's apartment and confiding in Che, and they're getting lunch together.
Right, using their tongs and peppermill from the bathroom nightstand or bedroom nightstand, whatever kinky shit they were doing with those.
Well, to be fair, Che may have had a shift at the clinic.
Oh, right, she was there for like it was time to neuter the dogs, and they needed her to do overtime.
Come mop this floor.
Right, there's pee all over this floor. Can you clean the kennels? Sorry, you can't go to dinner with your friends. We need you to hose out these kennels. Thanks.
And that's the episode.
That's the episode.
So, thank you. The series is, if it's 11 episodes, they better make something happen next week. Please. Please.
Well, I do not want Carrie and Aiden to break up after all of this time and waiting and for it to happen. And, you know, John Corbett, that's his last name, right? Corbett.
Yeah.
They, last season of him talking about how he was going to be on the show, like joking around or whatever, and it was like this big scandal that he said he was and wasn't. So building all this up, if they break up for some dumbass reason, I am going to be pissed.
I don't want them to break up either, because as much as when And Just Like That started last season, I was like, I was happy sort of when Big died, because I wanted to see Carrie.
I loved it when he died.
Well, I wasn't happy for the actor, but I was happy for the show, for the characters, because I wanted to see Carrie out in the streets and running around and dating, because I thought that would be fun. Well, it turns out she sucks at being single now.
Yeah, she really does. Well, I just think I hope there's some comedy with his kids and with the farm and all that. You know, we talked about that. I really hope something like that happens. Like, we need some new scenes. Like, Anthony was, you know, in that scene with Giuseppe. They were only in that one room. Like, I want to see that maybe they'll start going on dates. Maybe something will happen with them, too. They'll go clubbing, and Anthony will be like, I'm too old for this. And, you know, like, I want something. We'll see.
Or throw in a sex scene, even. You know, the kneading the dough was great, but come on.
let's knead some other dough. Have some cake this time. Get it? Cake.
Cakes.
Yeah, cake.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Your favorite